Thank you, and good morning to everyone, and welcome to Holyrood. I keep telling the other 337 members in the House of Parliament that Avalon is the most beautiful riding in the country. But I also tell them that Holyrood is one of the most beautiful towns in Avalon, so with many others. But again, it is indeed a pleasure to be here this morning, of course, on behalf of Minister Dominic LeBlanc, Minister of Fisheries and Oceans and the Canadian Coast Guard. I'd also like to recognise, of course, local MHA Daddy Parsley is here, and there's some councillors here from the town of Holyrood. And if I didn't recognise them, my cousin Sadie, who's a councillor here, would bring me up about it later on after I'm finished. So welcome to everybody. Of course, for hundreds of years, cod has been the most important commercial species in Newfoundland and Labrador, and there remains a deep sense of historical and cultural attachment to the fishery. So it is with real pleasure to share some good news for all those who can't wait for the annual recreational food fishery this season. The 2017 recreational cod fishing season for Newfoundland and Labrador and Quebec's lower North Shore will run July 15th to August 6th and September 23rd to October 1st, with a total of 46 days of fishing. The fishery will open on all weekends throughout July and August, including, of course, Canada Day and Labour Day weekend. As you can see, we're taking the same approach as last year when we added 14 fishing days to the season. We have also made some changes so that tour boat operators can increase their trip limits using what's known as Section 52 licence. This licence will require them to report to DFO on the amount of removals. Listening to Canadians is a real priority for our government. We put our commitment to listening into action in November of 2016 when we launched extensive consultations on the potential introduction of a tag system for the annual groundfish fishery. Among other things, there was a month-long online consultation, and DFO held public meetings and carried out consultations with Indigenous peoples. And we heard loud and clear last fall, there is little public appetite for a tag system. Your feedback is very important to us. We also want to do what's best for oceans and fisheries. We will begin new consultations in the coming months across all the Atlantic provinces and Quebec. These will include Indigenous groups and the commercial sector, and will help us determine how best to manage the licensing requirements around multiple species of fish. The introduction of a license regime and mandatory reporting would improve the reliability of catch estimates and help to obtain better science assessments of the stocks. We will use that feedback to work towards a new management regime for 2018, so I certainly invite you to stay tuned for that when it happens. In the meantime, it is important to remember that all management measures are still in place. For example, there will still be a limit of 5 fish per day, a maximum of 15 fish per boat, no throwing back small fish, I know nobody in this area does that, and certainly no fishing during closed times. DFO's fisheries officers will be on the water and wharves, talking with the public, promoting compliance, and helping ensure safe and sustainable harvest level. We all have a role to play when it comes to protecting and preserving our recreational fisheries and the habitat that supports them. Our government is committed to ensuring that our fisheries, including cod, are viable and sustainable for future generations, and that management decisions are based on science. That's why we recently announced that we will be conducting full stock assessments of the northern cod for the next 5 years, beginning this coming winter. This represents a total investment of about $14 million in science that will help us better understand and protect this iconic species. Recreational fisheries are a strong economic development sector for Canada. Our government understands the importance of investing in sectors like these to ensure they continue to grow, prosper, and help build a strong province and a strong nation. I wish everybody a great season fishing, and please be safe. Thank you.